Hey there, everyone. Good morning. Today, I want to tell you the story of my book that flopped and what I did to turn it around and get it to Amazon bestseller status. So, hi, I'm Dr. Beth Brombos of Blogger to Author. I'm a #1 Amazon bestselling author. I now have 4 books in print, and I'm really passionate about helping make it easy for people to self-publish nonfiction books using my fast author framework so that they can build authority and credibility and show that they are a thought leader in their niche, and of course make a little bit of money off of book sales as well. So like I just teased, I want to chat today about the book that I wrote that totally flopped and the reasons why it flopped, and then what I did to essentially kind of do a mini relaunch and get it to Amazon #1 bestseller status. So the book I am talking about is a book that I wrote as part of NaNoWriMo last year, which is National Novel Writing Month. I wrote a nonfiction book. But so I went into my free community, my Blogger to Author community. Feel free to join us. You can find that at bloggertoauthor.com/community. And I just asked if anybody was willing or interested in participating in NaNoWriMo with me. And I got a couple of yeses. And so we were in there kind of sharing our updates and everything. And I think a few of them actually have published those books now, which is exciting. So anyway, the book, my book, I got a little bit behind. My initial plan was to launch it at the beginning of December. I got busy. I got sick. Honestly, I came down with the flu. It was really awful. And so I didn't launch it until kind of mid to late December. I think it was December 19th is the day I made it live. And so I will be totally forthcoming and say that that is not a good time to launch a book. And if you've watched any of my recent videos, or if you saw the one I did recently about preparing a book and publishing it for the holidays, this is the reason why I say you need to plan now and you need to publish it at least by mid-November, if not earlier. People get busy during the holidays. There's a lot of promotion in general. They're hearing about all sorts of sales and things going on. And so your book is just going to get buried in the noise if you try to launch it then. Same thing, summer can be tricky in terms of launch times because a lot of people are on vacation. They may not be closely paying attention to what you're doing. And so if you don't talk about your book enough and if you don't give them enough lead time, it may not actually get the information it needs to do well. So that was part of why my book flopped, was that I chose the wrong time, and really there are a lot of circumstances that played into it, but the launch date was, they all stemmed from choosing the launch date. So most people weren't hearing about my book, what it was going to do for them, even though I was posting about it, because there's so much other stuff going on. Like, not only were people busy just trying to get ready for the holidays, but on top of that, even, I don't know if you run Facebook ads, but Facebook ads are so much more expensive to run around Christmas because everybody's competing for that space. And even on Instagram, everybody's posting stuff to Instagram selling. Like, just everybody's selling because of the holiday shopping season. And so if you don't have momentum before that, and if you're trying to launch something, it can get lost very easily. The caveat to this, and what I tell people to do now, is if you do get your book ready before the holidays, if it is launching in that mid-November slot or earlier, you're going to beat out a lot of that noise, and people are going to remember that you have your book. It's going to be easier for you to get reviews. It's going to be easier for you to just launch your book in general, build up some buzz that you can then carry through to holiday book sales, and that you can show people, hey, this is a really great book. You want it to be a gift. So again, the big mistake that I made and why that book totally flopped was the fact that I launched it right before Christmas. It did not work out in terms of timing. Nobody was paying attention. I did get a couple of reviews, but not the number that I needed for my book to be successful. And a lot of that too was because people were too busy to leave a review. There's a lot going on. And so, again, my take home here and my tip here for you then would be to think through what are the busy times in your readers' lives, and when do they not have the time to, maybe do a quick social share to help spread the word about your book? When do they not have the time or money to go buy your book? So launching right before Christmas was a bad idea because most people had already spent their budgets, and even though my book was just a couple of dollars, they didn't want to spend that extra money. So something to keep in mind as well. So again, those were the big reasons why my book flopped. What did I do to turn it around? I did a mini relaunch in early January. And that's when I got to the #1 Amazon bestseller status for that book in my target category. So it was a health and fitness book. And so I just stepped back and said, okay, there was a lot of noise. What I'm going to do is do a big push in the beginning of January, because that's when people are making New Year's resolutions and getting fit. So I didn't want to do it on New Year's Day because I know a lot of people are probably busy, or it's a holiday, maybe nursing a hangover. So on the 2nd, I did another big push. Running a sale on Amazon, or I actually offered the book for free for a day, and that really helped bump it up. It helped me get more reviews for the book, and then I could use that as well to help promote to my list and to say, hey, my book is it's totally free today, but then if they missed out on that free day, then, I had still a low price on it so that they could buy the book at a low price, so I could get more reviews, so word of mouth would begin to spread and that more people would buy the book. So again, take home message #1, why my book flopped is because I did not really do a good job of thinking through when I should launch the book. And I'll be honest and say I was not planning to make a ton of money with this book. It was more proof and concept of using my fast author framework to quickly write another book. And then I wanted to test out some different marketing strategies that I could share with all of you, my followers on Blogger to Author. So I will be honest and tell you that that was my main motivation. It wasn't to, become a New York Times bestseller with this book. But I just honestly wanted to get it out, and knowing what I do now, even if I just wanted to get a book out there, even if I didn't want to sell any copies, I at least need to have some reviews and stuff for clout, and so I would not have chosen that time. And again, this is why I tell my followers and clients not to publish at that time. But if you do have a book that flops, it just isn't received like you had hoped, you're not getting the number of reviews you had wanted, you're not getting the number of social shares, then don't be afraid to do a mini relaunch. Maybe do a flash sale on the book, have a reason to get some more interest in it, but just try to build some more buzz around your book a second time. If it's a couple of weeks later, or maybe a month later, maybe 2 months later, whatever it is, just think about whether that relaunch might actually help bump your book up. And even a great time to do a relaunch, and this is a little off topic, but I'll just throw it out there, that if, for example, your book cover isn't doing well, you could do a new cover, which might resonate with people more, and then you could do a relaunch surrounding that. Try to build up a lot of hype on your social sites and get some social shares, maybe do a giveaway. But just think about how, even if your book is out there, there are different strategies that you can follow, essentially, to relaunch your book and make it a success the second time around. If you have any questions about this, definitely let me know. Otherwise, have a great day and happy writing. Take care.